Good morning, everybody. Yes, welcome to this new week. I'm going to be our course or the MMR pilot for this morning. Yes, my name is Joshua, aka Josh FX. Yes, I know we all know we'll say, okay, yeah, Monday morning is always Mr. Shegun. That's Action himself. But today he's currently in this post, so I'll be the one taking charge. But all the same, we're going to take it, enjoy it the same way it is. It's a new week, and we all know that new week, yes, new things. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to acknowledge us all. Let's start. I can see Abolaji Jeremiah, Adebola Adeyemi. I can see Alonso. Yes. Okay. I can see Anthony Kayode. I can see Anthony Tonia. Okay. I can see Apollos Echefu. Okay, I can see Anyu Felix, Chinedu, Collins Aja. I can see Eddie Ekpemski, Elijah Ejiagbasi. I can see Eno Javelinos. Okay. I can see Fadari Solomon. I can see James. I can see James Otegbayo. I can see John Oluseyi Olumu. I can see Johnson Olajuyigbe, yes. Okay, I can see Kalu. I can see Kate Anyanwu. I can see Kende Aditono. I can see Kene. I can see Madu Timothy. Okay. I can see Monday. I can see Monday. Okay. I can see Nnamdi Mbata. I can see Oji Cyril. I can see Oko Agnes. I can see Okoro Sictus. I can see Oluremi Ajibola. I can see Oyeshina Oyekomi. I can see Patience Mark Angeline. I can see Philip Amaz. I can see Raining Word. Okay, Raining Word. I can see Rotimi Lamid. I can see Sanari A. Oteje. I can see Steven. I can see Temitope Akindele. I can see Toby Loba Babatunde. I can see TTT. Okay, I can see Peter Kantiok. All right. Right. Okay. So all the same, I believe some people are just joining us. So if you didn't hear me calling your name, it doesn't still mean I don't acknowledge you. Kindly know that I acknowledge everybody. I acknowledge everybody. You're highly welcome to this morning's market review. Yes. You're welcome. So please do not put it at the back of your heart that maybe because he didn't call me, he has an issue with me. No, I don't have any issue with you. Yeah, you're valuable to us the same way we too are valuable to you. You understand? So that's that for that. Then at the same time, I'm also using this as another avenue to inform those that have their names as their device name. Please kindly change it so we know how to acknowledge you rather than calling you the name of a phone, ITEL, so and so, Samsung, so and so. All right. Okay, so I'm receiving some response. Okay, from Anyu Felix. He said, good morning. Akano Femi saying, good morning. Femi Ayola is also saying, good morning. Yes, good morning to you too. All right. So from the whole response I'm getting on my chat now, direct chat, I can see that, yes, I'm receiving replies. It means you can hear me from where you are. But all the same, I also want you to acknowledge maybe just once or twice, just say loud and clear. All right. Femi Ayola is saying loud and clear. So, all right. So I think I'll just stick with that. So it means if you're not hearing me clearly from your own end, it means you need to change your location. I will advise you off your device data on it again and you change location. Akano Femi is saying loud and clear. Soyemi Adeleke is saying loud and clear. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. So, okay, I can see Joseph raising his hand. Please, Joseph, just send me a message or direct chat. Send it to me on my direct chat. Direct it to me. You understand? Once you direct it to me, yes, I'll be able to respond to that for now. Yes, I can see your hand. Or if you're trying to say good morning, I'm also saying good morning to you too. Okay? All right. So first thing first, we need to go into this market. Let's look at what has been happening. Last week was an interesting week. We had PPI coming and it moved marvelously. Then Friday and also today. And in between that Friday to stroke the beginning of this week, we had information that yes, Zelensky, I said Zelensky, Putin and Trump were going to meet to discuss about ending the war. And we know what that means. These are top countries, top economies, and if they're able to come together and have some good agreement, one way or the other, it's going to affect the market either positively or negatively. So we're looking at the market now. From my own end, I'm already displaying, and I believe everybody can see my screen from their own end. Okay. All right. So yes, I'm with us now. Thank you very much. We're on fundamentals. Like we all know, we start with fundamentals, looking at how the week is going to be. Yes. So last week, Friday, we didn't really have any major news that came out by 1:30, 3 p.m. Then President Trump spoke around 11:55 p.m. on Friday, and we all know that the market closes by 10. So around that time, there won't be any reaction for us to be able to place any trade. That was what happened on Friday. And yes, but as of this morning, we do not have any major news coming out. We do not have any major news coming out. The only news we are seeing on the news and hot story today is just saying Zelensky can end the war immediately, no going into NATO, you understand? So, yeah, well, from the whole information we are seeing here, let me just read a little out of it. Saying President Zelensky of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started, no getting back. Obama giving Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, no going back into NATO by Ukraine. Well, the whole deal is for Ukraine to be on its own and leave NATO alone. You understand? NATO is on its own, and Ukraine too should be. Ukraine is part of the Soviet Union, like we all know, and NATO has to do with the US and the likes. So yes, so Ukraine should be on its own. That's actually been the bone of contention that brought about the whole war and the disruption of a lot of war between Russia, or fight, destruction of good buildings, or destruction of Ukraine, you understand, and their economy. So this has actually
Please, we can't hear you anymore. I don't know if others are hearing you.
I can't hear also.
We can't hear.
We can't
I
hear.
can't, sir.
We can't hear you.
We lost voice, sir.
Lost everything, sir.
What did you go, Bill?
I can't
We
hear you.
lost-
We can't hear you.
I think it's off the call. Probably he's trying to join back.
Let's be patient.
Okay, sorry about the breaking communication, please. We had a network glitch. The network just went off, but currently we are back online again. Really, really sorry about that. So yes, based on the Nigerian network, we can have issues like this. Sorry about the whole thing, but yes, we are back. So let's move. Let's move on from there. So like I said, we're looking at the currency strength meter to know how it is as of this morning. So this is the currency strength meter as of this morning. The strongest of all instruments is the NZD, followed by AUD. Now we have the Canadian dollar showing us a red arrow, and it's saying that it's losing strength. The same way we have USD, JPY too, but this one is showing a green arrow. While we have USD showing us a red arrow saying that USD is also losing strength. Then euros is also losing strength. GBP and CHF are the lowest of all major currencies as of this morning. So based on what we're seeing, once you refresh, you see it's showing us the latest information. So that's what we are able to see as of now. You understand? That's what is showing us on the currency strength meter. And as of this morning, we do not have any high impact in news coming up. So everything we're going to be seeing now in this market is more of what's technical. So let's go and look at the market technically and try to see where we feel the market will be going. Is it going up or will it be coming down? Let's look at that to see. Okay. All right. So first thing first, we'll look at Euro USD. So based on what we are seeing, yes, looking at it from the higher time frame now, you discover that price has actually, in fact, price got to this particular high based on what we are seeing on daily time frame. Yes, got to this particular high. Then after that, it got rejected. And from that point, came back down to this point. Now, from this point, price got rejected back to the upside. So are we expecting price to get to this section or not? But this is on daily time frame. Let's look at it on the short time frame, because if you're looking at it on the daily time frame, we'll see that price has actually been going up for a while. It's been giving us a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You understand? So maybe we're still expecting it to push up. So if price is going to push up, then we should expect price could break above this particular section. But let's look at it on the lower time frame to be able to deduce what we feel price will do. So from this end now, we can see that there's a zone around this point, and price is actually struggling around here. Price is struggling around this point. So this is what I'm going to give to us. As it is, I can't give you an instant rate saying you should go for buy or you should go for sell, but I'll kindly advise you wait. If this particular man is able to close bullish, if this particular candle is able to close bullish, I expect it to push up. That's my own bias. I expect it to push up around this point. I expect price to push up around this point. If it's able to close bullish, if candle 0 is able to close bullish, I expect it to push up. You understand? I expect price to push up. But if the reverse is the case and is able to break below this particular section successfully, is able to break below this section that has been marked out for us, and it closes below it successfully, then I'm expecting price to be bearish. You understand? But from all indication, if it's able to close bullish, I expect price to push up. I'm expecting a bullish move on price if it's able to close bullish. But if that does not happen, no. So let's just cross our hands and wait till exactly by 9. That's when we're going to know what is going to happen. If it closes below this section, as far as it closes below this section that has been pulled out or drawn on this chart, I'm expecting it to drop. I'm expecting a bearish move. That's my take. So let's just wait and see what price is going to do. And like you all know, I've said it, I'm always saying it, and I'm still going to say it, that when it comes to technicals, we need to be very, very patient. Patience is the key. When it comes to technicals, the patient dog eats the fattest bone. You understand? Different from fundamentals. Fundamentals, the patient dog eats nothing. What you see, you take it and you run away. That's the way it is on fundamentals. But when it comes to technicals, please, you need to be very, very patient with it. So let's wait and see what is going to happen. By 9 on the dot, that's when we're going to see. Is it going? Then this candle will now be candle 1. At that point, to be able to decide whether it's going up or it's coming down. So that's my take on Euro USD. So we'll move to the next instrument, which is USD JPY. So looking at USD JPY now, I'm on USD JPY. Okay. So based on what we're seeing, okay, I'm coming. I remember I was telling them last week Friday, saying that yes, I expect price to go up on USD JPY, which it did. It broke that point. Okay. Right. But now coming. Still with us. So yes, where price is currently is also a zone on its own. As we can see, price is getting to this point, but okay, so the main deal about it is this: we should hold on for price to break below this part, even if we're going bearish. Wait for it to break below this part, and if it breaks below this part successfully, then we can go for that bearish move. We can go for a sell. You understand? But if that does not happen, I'm not expecting it to move in that line. If you look at it on the daily time frame, you discover that price came down and tried pushing back up, but around this point now, it's more or less like price is ranging. This is on the daily time frame. You understand? It's a higher time frame, and that's what is giving to us now. You understand? And if you look at it, for all the points price get to those zones, either the demand or supply zone, price actually respected it. But from the way it is, from the whole information I'm saying here, based on the move, my opinion is more or less like price wants to go down. But you see, you can never be so sure. Don't assume unless price meets your requirement. That's why I'm saying we have to wait. You understand? We have to wait. So once we wait, hold on for price to break below this part successfully. Once it breaks below this part successfully, then we can go for that bearish move. We can go for that bearish move. That's my take on USD JPY. Thank you very much. But if price does not break below this part, we can expect price to reverse back to the upside. You understand? That's the whole deal. It's either it's going up or it's coming down. That's the real move in this market. So the main thing is just to know the best point to enter this trade. So let's wait and see what it's going to do. Thank you. All right. Next instrument is GBP USD. Great Britain pounds USD. All right. This is already on ground. We can see on 1 hour time frame it has gotten up to this point, back to this point. Now we can see pushed back, and it's more or less like within this point. What are we expecting? I for one. Okay, so for some reasons, some of the things we need to look at is not just about, we need to look at also patterns of candlesticks, you understand? So this particular candle we are seeing, if it closes like this, being bullish like this, inside this red candle, we all know what that means. That is bullish Arami. It means price is pregnant of what? Of a buy. It wants to go up. That's the way it is based on what we are saying. But you know, the candle is yet to form fully. That's candle zero. Candle zero is yet to form fully. So that's why we have to wait and see what price wants to do. Is it going to be bullish like this? If it closes bullish inside this particular candle, if candle zero closes bullish inside candle one, then we should expect price to go up. We should expect price to go up. That's the way it is, because it's giving us that bullish move now. You understand? But if it's able to reverse back to the upside, it could reverse back to the upside on a different ground. And if it reverses back to the upside and closes above this candle, then we should maybe expect a retest. And if it's unable to break back into this point, then we expect price to push up on GBP USD. We should expect price to push up on GBP USD. And if you look at it, based on what the currency strength meter is even showing us, USD is weak as of this morning, and GBP is a little bit strong, you understand? So we should expect a bullish move. That's why we are saying it even on candle zero that is giving us this. So, but if it's able to close bullish Arami, or it breaks above this point, then we can expect price to what? Begin to push to the upside. That's that on GBP USD. Let's look at USD card. USD card. Okay. I'm on USD card now. Okay, so looking at USD card, this is the whole the price has gotten to this zone. You discover that tested it twice. You understand? First time got rejected, came back to this same point, and after that, price gapped down, went up a little, and since then it's been dropping. It's been dropping. So we're expecting price to come to maybe test this point. Yes, we're expecting price to test this particular zone we are seeing here. Price should test it. So if price is able to close below this particular section successfully, we can go bearish. We can go bearish if price is able to close below this zone. But as far as price respects this zone, we can have it going back up, because yes, there's a zone around this point. Now, one of the secrets I want you to know is this. When it comes to seeing some of these zones, there are some zones that you will not see them clearly on the higher time frame. You have to go to lower time frames to see them. Maybe on 1 hour now, we can go to 15 minutes and the like. That's when you'll be able to see some zones, you understand? And with us, so unless you go there, that's where you'll be able to see some of these zones, you understand? But if you don't do that, you might not see it. So this is the way I'm saying it. So this is on 15 minutes time frame now. I'm expecting price to come and test this particular point. And as far as price does not break below this point, this point here, I'm expecting price to reverse back to the upside around this point if it doesn't break below this point. But if it's able to break below this point successfully, then we can have that bearish move. That's the whole deal about it. But looking at it on the higher time frame, can you see price came down? Price has been trying to push back to the upside. So one of the things I also know about movement of this price is whenever I see price coming down, all what price is trying to do is, if it has taking his direction, let's say has a trend now either to the upside or downside, you understand? If it's, let's say if it's going up now, one of the things you discover price doing is price will pull back a little to gather momentum to push up. That's the way it is. And if we look at it, price has actually gone down, tested this support zone 3 times, and now it's now going back to the upside. So I feel there could just be a minor pullback based on what we are seeing on the higher time frame. This could be a minor pullback to this particular section, gathers momentum and reverses back up, or around where it is here now, around where price is here now. It could be the point where price will get rejected and push back to the upside. You understand? But let's wait and see what is going to happen. If it gets rejected at this point, then knowing that price is coming back up, and once it gets to this point and is able to break above this particular section up here successfully, then yes, it's giving us that bullish trend that price wants to be going up on USD card. Okay, so that's that on USD card. Now USD CHF. I'm on USD CHF. I'm on USD CHF now. Okay, so on USD CHF, we can see what price is doing here now. Price is trying to test this, is currently on a particular zone here, and price is trying to test this point. Is price going to break it? If price is able to break below this particular section successfully, then we can go for that bearish move. Price is able to break below this section successfully, we can go for that bearish move. But if it doesn't, if it just tests this point and reverses back to the up, reverses back, then it means price is going up. But as far as price is able to break below this section that has been given to us, then we should know the next thing. Go bearish. Yes. So this is our strong point here. This is our window point. This particular section that has been marked out for us. Is price going to break below it? If price breaks below it, go bearish. Go bearish. But if that does not happen, then you wait, because it means price might want to reverse back to the upside. So I'll kindly advise, do not rush into this market, because if you rush in, the blunt truth is you're going to rush out. Once you're rushing into this market, you are going to rush out. Okay? So that's that on USD CHF. Okay? All right, let's look at the next instrument now. Okay. The next instrument is AUD USD. AUD USD. AUD USD. All right, so based on what we are seeing on AUD USD now, we've discovered that price has tested this 2 point and has gotten rejected. It's trying to push back to the upside. And based on the trend we are seeing here, from this particular point here, we can see that price is actually trying to push up. Can we see? And that's why, based on the trend, you see that price touched it and is rejecting it back to the upside. So if price is able to break above this particular zone, let's put it this way, I'm coming. Price is able to break above this zone successfully, then we should expect a bullish move. Price is going up, you understand? So if price is able to break above this zone successfully, we should expect a bullish move. That's that on AUD USD. If price is able to break above this part, we should expect a bullish move on AUD USD. But the but there is this. If price should break below this trend, please have it at the back of your mind that price is going to drop. Yes, once price breaks below this particular point, this section successfully, then we're going to be having a bearish move on that point. Yes. Okay, so this is this on AUD USD. All right, now it's time to move to commodity, and we're going to be starting with gold. Let's go to gold. We're going to be looking at gold. Let's look at gold. All right, so I'm on gold now. This is gold. And based on what we are seeing on gold, let's look at it from the higher time frame. So If you look at it from the higher time frame, like we all know, I've said it for a while now, it's more or less like price of gold has been moving in sideways. It's been ranging, you see, since when it got to this particular high point. After that came down, it's just been between this point. It's been moving sideways. It's yet to give us a definite direction. But even when it's moving sideways, you discover that all price has been doing is been respecting the fact that yes, it's paired with dollars in the market. Any day you see dollars strong, you discover that gold is going down. Any day you see dollars weak, you discover that price of gold is going on. And currently, based on what we are seeing on candle zero as of this morning, when we check the currency strength meter, we discover that dollars is weak, right? Look at candle zero, you can see that it's giving us a bullish move. This is even on daily time frame. This is on daily time frame. So let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame. We discover that price has been pushing up on gold. Price has been pushing up on gold. So that's what it's showing us as of this morning. Yes, as of this morning, that's what it's showing us. So based on what we're saying now, I'll kindly advise we hold on for price because price is close to this particular zone up here. So if price is able to break above this particular section successfully, yes, then we can have price pushing up. Or we could have price just testing this point and reversing back to the downside. You understand? A lot of things affect gold, either the currencies of dollar that the currency dollar that has been paired with it, or maybe economic situations in the Middle East. These are stuff that could affect the price of gold to either go up or come down. So it's one of these two stuff that do affect it. But as it is now currently, based on my own opinion, I feel I'm having the opinion that price of gold will go up because dollars is currently weak as of this morning. You understand? The only reason why we might have some little reaction is this, like we all know, when we have President Trump speaking, you know, most of the time when he speaks now, he disrupts the market. And we've discovered that since beginning of the year, the market has actually been moving fundamentally. There's been one news or the other coming from the president of US, and all that information has actually been disrupting the movement of the market, either to the upside or downside. So on gold, my own bias will be that price of gold should go up. That's my bias. That's my own take. I'm expecting the price to be bullish, like price to go up. So I'll be looking out for best opportunities to go bullish, best opportunity to go bullish on gold. Okay. All right. The next instrument is oil. Oil. So let's look at oil. And based on what we are seeing on oil, I'm expecting the price of oil to drop. Even with some of the meetings Trump, Putin, and the likes has been having, well, I'm expecting the price of oil to go up. That's my own bias. In fact, that's my blunt bias on oil. I'm expecting price to what? To go down. I'm expecting it to go down. Okay, let's look at it on daily time frame. Yes, so even on daily time frame, price is at this particular support zone. And I'm expecting price to even break below this point. If it's able to break below this point successfully, this is on daily time frame anyway. If it's able to break below this point on daily time frame, I'm expecting price to go down. But looking at it on the short time frame, which is 1 hour, I'm still expecting price to come down. Although you discover that price gapped down here from this point to this point, price gapped down and has covered that point back. Price has covered it back. I'm expecting price to drop based on the trend we are even seeing. If you look at it based on this trend from this point now, let's pick it. You see that price has been respecting this point the way it is. So yes, I'll be expecting price. I'm expecting price to drop based on what I'm seeing. I'm expecting price to drop. So the best thing is let's see the best opportunities to go for this bearish move. So based on what I'm seeing, yes, price is going down. We can see the whole thing it is. So if you do not want to be aggressive with it, I will advise you hold on till, let's say by 9, you can follow it, you understand? But if you want to be an aggressive trader on this particular instrument, just go 0.01, you can go bearish with it. Okay, so that's my take on oil. I stand with the bears on oils. Thank you. All right. And you can see the volatility, the way it's moving. So you should know what to do from there. All right, next instrument is cocoa. Next instrument is cocoa. cocoa. So for a while now, cocoa has just been respecting this point. I think on Friday I talked about it and we discovered that it's moving around. It's more or less like it's moving sideways now. So this is the whole deal about it. Let's see cocoa on the higher time frame to know the trend. Let's see on the higher time frame, daily time frame. So look at it. Price of cocoa came down for a while and tried pushing back up. So got to this point and it got rejected. You understand? So well, this pullback could be minor. Based on what we are seeing now, this pullback could be minor. And if I'm to go based on my own bias, I'm expecting it to go up because we are not receiving some good or interesting information from countries like Ivory Coast, because we're getting to know that the weather in Ivory Coast is somehow not favoring cocoa now. I think they said they're experiencing drought or something based on the information I saw, except if that information is not real. Yes. So, and we all know that Ivory Coast is the largest producer of cocoa. And like Nigeria used to be, but currently Nigeria is number 5 on that list, no longer number 1. So based on what we are seeing, I for one, I'll pitch my tent with the bulls on cocoa. I'm pitching my tent with the bulls on cocoa. But for me to do that, I will advise we wait for price to break above this section successfully. If you close this above this section successfully, then we can go for that bullish move. That's my take. Once it closes above this zone successfully, we can go for that bullish move. This particular zone here. All right. Sorry. So this particular zone that we are seeing around. Okay, sorry, we have a network glitch again, but back. Okay, so if it's able to break above this section successfully, yes, go for that bullish move. And like I said, I'm pitching my tent with the bulls when it comes to cocoa. I'm pitching my tent with the bulls on cocoa. So that's my take on cocoa. We'll move to indices now. Let's go to indices now. All right, so on indices, all right, so Mr. Alatunde Sanusi asking me, he said, I'm on a buy on cocoa since Friday. Should I still leave it? Well, as far as you have these funds to support your trade, yes, you can leave it. I would advise you leave it because I, for one, too, I'm also going to leave my trade bullish. Once I get that opportunity now, I'm going to go for a buy. I would rather prefer to go for buy on cocoa. Okay, yeah, good. So it's going to be bullish. I expect it to go up. I expect cocoa to go up. That's my take on cocoa. I expect a bullish move on cocoa. So that's that. All right. So for indices now, I'll be looking at all right. I can see Victor Edojo, you're already dropping a message that you want DE40 and likes. Okay. So let's look at DE40. Let's start with DE40. All right. Wow. Interestingly, I remembered on Friday while I was doing the money market review, I was giving it to them saying that as far as price does not break above this section, it will go down. And look at it. It didn't go above it. Although I was saying, yes, on indices, you expect it to go up and everything. But before you go for that bullish movement, let's wait and see. Is it going to break above this point? If it doesn't break above it, yes, it's not going to go up. And also, I also informed them, I said, based on the fact that price has gotten to a new high and is reversing back to that same high, we should also expect a bearish move. And based on what we are saying, I'm expecting price to still go down. This is on daily time frame. Yes. This particular stuff I'm seeing here, yes, this stuff that I'm seeing here is a good indication that price wants to go down. So if I'm following that, I expect a bearish move on DE40. I'm expecting a bearish move on DE40. I'm expecting it to go down. So But at this junction, I won't advise you to go bearish now because price is currently close to this zone. So let it break out of, can you see on my 1 hour, you can see that box is already highlighted. So wait for it to break below this point. If it breaks below this particular section we are seeing now successfully, then we can follow that bearish move. But yes, I'll still tell you that I expect price to go bearish. I expect it to go bearish. So let's wait for it to go bearish. You understand? All right. All right, so yes, so DE40, I'm expecting a bearish move. That's that on DE40. All right, so the next instrument we'll be looking at now is US30. Let's look at US30. I'm on US30 now. Let's look at it on the daily time frame. US30 is also giving me that vibes that price wants to drop. Price wants to drop. Yes, it's giving me that vibe that price wants to drop, because if you look at it all the time, that price has actually tested where it is now. Currently, price dropped. The last time it got there, came down, got there again, came down. This time around, it's there again and it's coming down. So yes, I'm expecting a bearish move based on what? This is technicals. Like we all know, technicals is the use of past market action to determine where price will most likely go. And based on what we've seen, price has tested these points 3 good times and been rejected. So I'm expecting price to go down. So that's my take on US30. I'm expecting a bearish move on US30. Okay, I'm expecting a bearish move on US30 based on what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. So yes, bearish move, like I said, is what I'm expecting on US30. All right, let's look at US 100. So US 100, let's go to daily time frame and see what it's doing. Okay, so the way it's looking on US 100, it's been giving us that up movement. It's been moving up. It has gotten to this high, and I just feel what price is trying to do here is just a minor pullback. That's what I'm feeling. Yes, I feel price is just giving us a pullback. You understand? So at this particular section, we could have price being rejected back to the upside. This is one point. So price might decide to go below this point and get back to this point, then it gets rejected. Or in fact, it might come to this point, either here or here, just to test this zone. You understand? Then what? It reverses back to the upside. So I just feel all price is trying to do here is just a minor pullback. So I'm still expecting price to go bullish on US 100. I'm still expecting that bullish move on US 100. That's my own take. I'm expecting a bullish move on US 100. What we're just having is a minor pullback. You understand? And if you look at it even on 1 hour time frame, okay, this is on 1 hour time frame. We could have price being rejected around this point where it is, and that's why you're seeing that we can look at the shadows we are seeing from all this candle. It's really telling us something that price is having a tough time around this point. So price could get rejected at this point back to the upside. So for me, my take on US 100 is bullish. US 500, okay, so we're on 500 now. Let's look at what is happening on US 500. Let's see. Let me just, okay, so on daily time frame, based on what we are seeing, okay, it's also giving us almost the same vibe as what US 100 is giving us, almost the same thing. Almost the same thing. Price has gotten to this high and it's gotten rejected. So, okay, this point one, respecting this point and is pushing back to the downside. All right, so let's see what price is going to do. Based on what we're seeing, this particular section is a zone. This particular section is a zone, and we can see that price got to that point, tested it, and is pushing back. So the only thing we have here is it's just like this. It's simple. Wait for price to break below this point, even if it's going bearish. If it wants to go bearish, let's hold on and see. Is it going to break below this section? If it breaks below this section, then we can go bearish. But if it doesn't do that, then we should expect price to do what? To push to the upside. You understand? You should expect price to push to the upside if it doesn't go bearish here. So, but one of the things I want us to all understand is this: whenever you're seeing a long shadow like this, depending on the candle, look at this came to its support, and you can see that it's respecting. And This long candle is this long shadow is just showing us the strength of who? The buyers in the market, trying to push back price to the upside, saying, no, go back up. And if they're able to overcome this, they're able to overcome this particular candle and it changes green, then we should expect that price will go up. But if that is not the case, we could still have price coming down. Okay. So that's that on US 500. Let's look at US 2000 now. Let's see what is happening on US 2000. Okay. US 2000. Okay. So based on what we are seeing on US 2000, can we see price has gotten to a support? This is on 1 hour. In fact, let's look at it on daily time frame. See what price did is a pullback. It has pulled down back to this particular section here. Okay, let me even make it clear so we all can see it. So price got to this high, and on getting to that high, price is respecting that point. Now it has pulled back down to this point. So is price going to break below this point? This is on daily time frame. Okay, so let's bring it down to 1 hour. So is price going to break below this point? Because we can see all price has done now is came down, pushed back up, now it's back down again to that same point. So, and some of the things we need to understand is this is in two ways. When you see price knocking at a particular spot severally, it's trying to tell you that it wants to go down or go up. You understand? It wants to break that zone. But if price now gets rejected around that point or is unable to break it, that's when you see price reversing back. So let's watch and see. Is price going to break below this part? If price breaks below this section successfully, then we can go bearish. We can go bearish. Yes, if price breaks below this section successfully, then we can go bearish. Okay, so that's that on all these instruments. So I'm going to be giving us the opportunity now to drop our own instrument that I want us to look at. Let's analyze it together. You have any instrument of choice, please come to the chat section, drop it, send it to me directly, please send it to me directly. So I'll be able to see it, then I'll respond to you. You have any instrument you want me to look at for you, you want us to look at together, please drop it at the chat section for me. So I'll be able to look at it. The floor is now open for us to do that, please. If you have any, please start dropping it for me to see. Okay. Alaska JVIC, I can see what you're dropping. BTC USD. I'm sorry to inform you that on our platform, we don't do cryptocurrencies. We don't do Bitcoin. You understand? For now, we don't do it for now. You understand? But maybe in nearest future, once we start, you'll see it. But for now, we are not doing BTC USD. So I'm sorry on that. If you have any other instrument, you can drop. All right. Yes. Femi Ayola, GDP, GBP, JPY. Yes. Okay, GBP, JPY. Let's look at GBP, JPY. Once you have any instrument you have, please drop it so that once I'm able to see it, I'll talk about it. Yes. So it's not going to be 9 o'clock. You know, the time for closing is 9. So once it's 9 and I want to close and you're just dropping an instrument, I might not be able to do anything on that. Yes. So GBP, JPY, let's look at that. All right, I'm on GBP JPY now. So this is on 1 hour. All right, let me zoom out. Okay, so this for 1 hour. We'll discover that the price has actually gone to this particular section gotten here, and it's been rejected since. Price has actually tried going back to that point, got to that point, came down, pushed back up to that same point again. And it got rejected. Now it's down. Price has gone up to that same point. So it's more or less like price is just ranging in between these two zones now. So this has just been the real deal of the move here now. Inside this particular ranging market, there's still another zone. You understand? So, but let's look at it. All in all, price has gotten to a high and price is just expecting that point. What are we expecting? Are we still expecting that bullish move? Yes, I'm expecting a bullish move on GBP JPY based on what I'm seeing. So price could reverse back from this point, but everything could change at this point. It's either it breaks below this point or it pushes back to the upside. So let's watch and see. As far as price gets to this point and is unable to break below this point, I'm expecting a reversal back to the upside. And once it gets to this point, I'm also expecting it to break above this particular section. Yes, I'm expecting price to break above this section. And if price is able to break above this section, then we know that yes, price is going bullish. Price is going bullish. So let's watch and see what is happening. Around this point, I expect a rejection back to the upside, although price is being rejected here, so we can see that for sure. So the next candle will now determine what we're going to do. Is it going to close bullish? If it closes bullish, then we begin to look out for price to break above this point and follow it. So GBP JPY, I pitch my tent with the bulls. I pitch my tent with the bulls. All right, so the next instrument, Euro JPY. Let's look at Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Euro JPY, right? All right, so I'm on Euro JPY now. All right, so based on what we're seeing on Euro JPY, we'll look at it from the higher time frame and see what price is doing. Let's look at. So on the higher time frame too, you discover that price has actually gone up. This is on daily time frame. Yes, price has gone up for a while. But yes, before now, price got to this high. Yes. So what are we expecting? Are we expecting price to still push up? Okay, so let's look at it from the lower time frame based on what we're seeing. Price got up to this point and it's being rejected at this point, came back down, getting close to it. So it could be a reversal. Price is trying to drop, come to the downside, because let's look at it based on what we are seeing on this trend. This is 1 point. This is another point. Okay, so come in, zooming out for us. So let's see some things. This is it. So
3. Okay.
all right. So this is it. Based on what we are saying on this point, this is on my 1 hour time frame. Can we see? Price got to this point, rejected it. Is based on trend, and we could also have it back at this same point. Maybe we're trying to build it up. We can have price to trying to push to the upside, but you discover that price, in fact, so for me, I just feel as far as price is unable to break this point, it should drop. So this could just, based on the trend, I feel it's trying to change pattern. It wants to go down. So Euro JPY may soon begin to gain strength from the whole low. JPY might gain strength. And as far as JPY is going to gain strength, we should expect price to drop on Euro JPY. It should go down. Yes. So that's the way it is. Based on what I'm saying here, we should expect price to drop on Euro JPY. Yes, we should expect price to drop. Okay, so that's that on Euro JPY. All right, so the next instrument, let's see. So I just talked about Euro JPY. The next, because I can see Yoshino, I can see what you dropped today, Euro JPY. All right, Tokpe Abiodun, you say we should look at coffee. All right, so we'll look at coffee. We'll look at coffee. Come in, let's look at coffee. Let's go and see what coffee is saying. I hope as you're asking that we should look at coffee, I hope you also like drinking coffee too. Coffee is actually sweet too. I advise you take the Brazilian coffee. It's very, very good. Very, very good. You will not want to take another one, anything after that. So this is coffee. Now, based on what we are saying, price of coffee is actually going up. You can see based on the trend for a while, it came down. It has gotten to this support and price of coffee has been going on. But where it is currently is a zone. This is on daily time frame. Where it is currently is a zone. So there's every possibility that around this point, price might struggle a little. You understand? But once it breaks above this point, then we can have price pushing to the upside. But let's look at it from 1 hour time frame. Like we can see. Can you see? On 1 hour time frame now, price is expecting that zone. That's why you're seeing this bearish candle. So this bearish candle now, it's more of what? A pullback. A pullback. Price is trying to pull itself back to get its balance again. Like, okay, all this move, is it the right one? And once price is able to balance, then we can have price reversing back to the upside. So I'll just advise you, wait till when you see the best opportunity to go bullish on coffee. then you strike. I'm still expecting the price to go up on coffee, but wait for it because price has gotten to a new high now. Wait for it to complete its pullback. After that, you go for that bullish move. That's my take on coffee. All right, Anthony Tonia, sorry. You're saying we should look at gold. All right, let's look at gold. Let's see what gold is saying. Although I've checked gold before, and as we can see now, price of gold is not really pushing to that upside based on what we're seeing on candle zero now. It's trying to drop back down. Okay, so and if it's dropping back down, it could be one of the two. It's either the dollars is gaining strength, and if dollars is gaining strength, this will be the best time to sell. And if you see it going up, it means dollars is still weak. It's just trying to buy up strength. And yes, sometimes it could just be buyers and sellers in the market price will just be struggling between them, and you see that market begins to move sideways. But based on what we're seeing, what am I expecting on gold? Should I expect the price of gold to go up, or am I expecting it to go down? Based on what I'm seeing on this my 1 hour time frame, I'm expecting it. I will say I'm expecting it to go up, but for it to go up, let's hold on for it to break above this part successfully. As far as it does not break above this part, then it's coming back down. And as we can see, when the last time price got there, it respected that zone and came down. You understand? And where price is to now, if it's able to just close below it successfully, if it closes down, let's say around this point, if you see price coming down to this point and closes below this point, seriously, we are going to have a bearish move on gold. That's the real truth. If it closes below this point that has been marked out for us, we're going to have a bearish move on gold. That's that. Okay. So let's look at the next instrument. Shoyemi Adeleke GBP card. Okay, let's look at GBP card. Let's look at GBP card. GBP card. GBP card. All right, GBP card. I'm on GBP card now. So on GBP card, yes, what's it doing? Let's look at on daily time frame. It's been more or less like it's been moving sideways. So that's what we are saying. But let's look at it on 1 hour. On 1 hour too, it's giving us that same vibes. Okay, so it's going to be this way. This is 1 point. Because at the point it ranged here before, it now picks this direction to the upside. Now it has gotten to the upside, and this is it here. Okay, so I would advise we hold on for price to break below this part first successfully. Once it breaks below this part successfully, then we can go bearish. But if that does not happen, we can have price just ranging between these 2 points for a while, coming here, testing this point and reversing back to the upside. We can have price just testing this side for a while. That's that. Okay. All right. So that's that on GBP card. All right. So I'll be looking at the US index. Femi Ayola is saying we should look at US index. Yes, IDX. We want to know how it is, if dollars is strong or is weak. Okay. So US index. Let's see. Let's see the US index. That will be the last instrument for the day. I'm still with us. Okay, so this is it. On this US index, one of the things you need to understand is this. If you actually see it going up, then it means dollars is gaining strength. But currently, it's not pushing up. As far as it's not pushing up, it means dollars is losing strength. And where it is currently is also a zone on its own. And if it's able to break below this part successfully, if it breaks below this particular zone, it means price, dollars has lost strength. If it breaks below that part, it means dollars has lost strength. So we're just seeing what it's doing here. So as far as it closes below this particular zone now, dollars has lost strength. In fact, it's currently losing strength based on what we're seeing. So all this while that dollars has been gaining strength might just be because of what the president of US has been doing and the likes, you understand? So based on what we are seeing, and currently based on what we are seeing, it's still weak. It's losing strength because you look at it at a point, price went up on the USD index, but now you can see the shadow showing that it has lost strength. It's trying to push back to the downside. So yes, price will still go down. So it's not really favorable for the dollar based on what we are seeing here. Although this is a zone, and if it breaks below this zone and goes down further, it's spelling a doom on the strength of their currency. So that's that on USD IDX. Okay, so it's 9 p.m. on the dot. Thank you very much. Sorry, 9 a.m. on the dot. So that's that for today's morning market review. Thank you everybody for joining. See you same time tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
You didn't pick my question, Mr. Kinde.
Wá gba ìyọmọ ńlá. $1.
Thank you, Rally Trade.
Thank you very much. Ah.